Hey folks, welcome back. I'm Dave from mygunvalues.com, and today I'm going to bring you a gun that I need to clean some room out of the safe, so I'm going to actually be selling off a fair number of guns here in the next month or so. So I wanted to shoot some videos on these while I still have them in my possession. One reason that you see me only with guns I own, whatever that is under the table, I'll kick it out of my way. In Washington State, we now have to go through a background check every time we transfer a gun. Means I can't even legally borrow a gun from any of my friends unless it's an antique pre-1898 gun. So in order to keep the content fresh and keep bringing you guys different guns, I have to rotate them because, you know, as much as I'd like to keep them all, can't. So anyway, so let's discuss this model 1889 Marlin rifle. Lever action. A lot of people don't know that Marlin was giving Winchester a run for their money starting when their model 1881 came out. And like Winchester, Marlin made their lever actions. Each model was for a specific type of caliber range. The 1881 was things like the 45-70 and so on. The 1889 shot the pistol cartridges that the Winchester model 1872 shot, or excuse me, 1873 shot. The 1889s were chambered in 44-40, 38-40, 32-20, and 25-20. Now with Marlin, and it's true with Winchester too, but not to the extent. Marlin, the vast majority of their 1889s were made in 44-40. 38-40s can be found. 32-20s are tough, and 25-20s are almost impossible. The numbers vary depending on who you want to listen to, but there's probably not more than a couple of hundred model 1889 25-20s in existence, if there's that many. Now, one thing I want to show you, the easy way to identify the model 1889, and hopefully the close-up's grabbing this little lever back here at the back of the operating lever. Only the 1889 had that. So it's a dead giveaway if you see a lever action with that little hook back there that you've got an 1889 Marlin. Having said that, this particular one is a 38-40, and like a lot of the manufacturers even today, but back then, they didn't want to advertise for the competition. So rather than marking this thing 38 WCF or 38-40, which actually came along after this gun was made, and I don't think this is going to show up worth a darn, but right here on the barrel, it's marked 38W. The W meaning Winchester, of course. And they were 44 Ws and 32 Ws and so on and so forth. Crescent steel butt plate, exposed hammer, tube feed magazine, quintessential American built lever action gun. This one is the only gun I have ever purchased off of the big internet auction site. You know who I'm talking about. Sight unseen. I've bought some that are local, but this one that was really too good a deal to pass up. Nobody had bid on it, and I got this thing for a song. Well, I found out why later, but again, he didn't include this in the description. When I bought this, I didn't own 3840 ammunition, 3840 dies. It was probably 6 months before I got around to shooting it. So there's two problems with this gun, which really make it worth about what I paid for it. One is the feed doesn't work. You can't load this thing very easily, if at all, and then it won't chamber if you do. So the only way this gun can be fired is in single shot mode, which is fine. I've shot it that way. Then we have the other problem, and I'll bring this down so it can be seen on camera. Take this bullet. The bullet drops all the way in. Somebody's been really overly aggressive with cleaning rod. The rifling's the first 2 inches of the bore aren't there. They're completely worn out. Believe it or not, it still shoots relatively well, as long as you don't ask too much of it. But I've enjoyed this gun for a number of years, so it's going to go down the road. So before it does, I wanted to get a video of it for you folks so you could see what it was. Flat bolt right here, unlike the rounded bolt of some of the later Marlin models. This one's been drilled and tapped for a peep sight. One more thing, the books will tell you that the Octagon Barrel is more common than the round barrel in the model 1893s. That may have been true in manufacture, and maybe in some of the rest of the country it is, but I have seen probably 10-to-1 round barrels versus Octagon barrels in my lifetime. So I don't know if it's just something, you know, in this state and in Ohio, where I'm originally from, where obviously most of my firearms shopping and so on has happened in these two states, Ohio and Washington. You know, maybe there's a lot of Octagon barrels out there. I know the numbers say there's more Octagons than rounds, but maybe the rounds had a better survival rate. I don't know. In my lifetime, I've seen more rounds than Octagons. So with that, we're going to shoot this. We're only going to shoot at the 25-yard range. Quite honestly, 100-yard range, I can hit a 4x8 sheet of plywood, but that's about as good as I can do with it. At close range, it's not too bad. I'll mention the ammo real quick. The bullets are cast 20-to-1, lead alloy to tin. Let's see, they're lubed with, what are these lubed with? These are lubed with Red Rooster lubricant, which you can't get anymore, so when I run out, I'm going to be in trouble because I really like that lubricant. The bullet is out of the 3840 mold as sold by RCBS, and the load is 5 grains of Trail Boss powder. For those of you who haven't experienced it, Trail Boss is really pretty good at doing some reduced loads. In fact, we've got some loaded up with some cast bullets for the 3030 that you'll also be seeing here very soon. And in comparison with the other two reduced load powders, which are IMR 4227 and Accurate 5744, but that's a subject for another video. When I got this gun, somebody had redone the wood. A really nice finish on the wood. It's definitely been redone. The wood does not even come close to matching the wear marks on the metal on this gun. So with that note said, this is probably, realistically, with its condition problems and shooting problems, this is probably a $350 to $400 gun. Anything over that would be gravy. So I didn't get burned on it too badly, but that's, you know, that's why I tend to shy away from the auctions unless it's something new that has a factory warranty, just because I can't do an in-person examination. So with that said, I'll shut you down. We're going to get the range set up, get the targets set up and the chronograph set up, and we'll be back with you and do some shooting. So I'll take this moment to remind you that, if you have something you want to see, contact us. We'll, be more than happy to try to do it for you if we can. Any questions, you can contact us here on YouTube, or you can contact us through the mygunvalues.com website. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with you in a few minutes.